What's up, guys? What's up, guys? My name is Charlotte, and if you're new here, welcome. I am the nurse next door. I would love it if you would go subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. So recently, I asked in an Instagram story what kind of videos that you wanted to see right now, because I've been looking for some content that would fit from like the time for between now and when I move into school in late August. So I've got some of these videos coming for the requested ones. So today's requested video was study abroad and my experience with it, and if I recommend studying abroad and the types of things going on. So obviously I kind of realized like you can't really travel right now, and my heart goes out to you if you had been planning on doing some kind of study abroad experience this past spring or this upcoming fall and it was canceled or you weren't able to go for the reason of the pandemic. I am so sorry to hear about that. I hope that you still have the opportunity to go later on in your time at college. But even if you, for some reason, are not able to study abroad again in your time at college, there will be tons of opportunities in your future for you to travel. And I highly encourage you to do so, because I think that traveling is so beneficial and opens your eyes to the world that you wouldn't normally see. And like, no matter the place you go, it's just a totally different experience, and there's different types of people, and it's just a great way of seeing the world, not from a one-sided perspective, as you know can happen when you're in one place for an extensive period of time without going and seeing other places. So I highly encourage you to travel, and if you can take advantage of a program at your college, I highly encourage you to do so. I always wanted to do some kind of travel in college because I traveled a couple of times out of the country in high school, and I just had such a great experience, and I learned so many things about myself and the world and the people that I was traveling with. So I think it's so beneficial in so many ways. Hey everybody, so it is me from the future. I had originally filmed this video and I went back when I was editing, and I just really didn't like how it was going and the content I came up with. I think it could have been a little bit better. So I am now refilming, and that is why I am in new clothes and everything looks different. It's the next day. So I wanted to make it more tip-like. Originally I had filmed it and it was more based on my experiences, but I wanted to make sure if you guys are interested in study abroad that I gave some of my advice about it, so that going forward you would have more information about the types of programs and how to best prepare, and what kinds of things to do during the experience to get the most out of it. So that's going to be a little bit more of a change than what I had originally filmed. I'm going to start with talking about briefly the types of experiences that I know of. There are lots of ones that other schools offer, but I would say if you're interested in studying abroad, make sure you connect with a counselor or an advisor that would be able to provide you with information on your school's programs and what would best fit for you. So the types of programs, I think it's best if you look for one that matches your interests, your major, the amount of time you're wanting to go for, and your financials. I think those are some really important things to look for in a trip. The biggest study abroad that most people do is a semester. So that would be, a fall or spring, and you might go to a country for that whole time and study at a university there and kind of be like an exchange student. That is something that my school offers, and I know a lot of my friends' schools offers, but I was not really interested in doing that myself because of the rigor of the nursing curriculum at my school. They do have those for nursing majors, but I also wasn't really interested in spending that much time abroad. No matter what, it's what you are most comfortable with and prepared to participate in. So that's kind of like the longest experience that you could go for. My school also offers summer programs that are often 6 to 8 weeks, and you would go to a country and you could either take classes there or do an internship abroad. So if you are interested in taking classes at a different education system, then you could go for that summer and do that, or you could go and have an internship that is paid, or just some kind of internship, get job experience for the future. So those are summer ones. Those are like, a month and a half to 2 months, something like that, depending on the program that you are participating in. And then there are the shorter winter, spring break kind of trips where you go for like a week to 2 weeks. And that is what I had done. I did a program at my school called the Penn Global Seminar, which is where you take a course it's like actually part of your credits. So it's a class. The class that I took was kind of based around healthcare. There were a lot of healthcare students in the class, other nursing majors included, but they have like a lot of them across all majors and all interests. But you take the class and then you go for the trip to that country or place over the break. So mine was about Ghana. We learned a lot about the culture and healthcare system in Ghana. And so then we went to Ghana for the week of spring break. So that was in like early March, and the class started in late January. So it was a little bit of class time to prepare before we actually traveled. So if you're not interested in going somewhere for a super long amount of time, or you don't think that it would be a good option for you financially, then I highly suggest looking into those shorter trips, either through the summer if you don't want to make room in your schedule throughout the year, or going on one of those break trips. Before you travel, I think there are some important things that you should do to prepare yourself for the experience abroad. And this, I don't really have experience with this semester long, so this also applies a little bit, but I feel like there's probably a lot more else you need to do. But if you're going on something shorter or just traveling in general, I think it's important to do a lot of research on the country or the place you're going to beforehand, because a lot of times if you don't do the research beforehand and you don't really get to know the country, then you are going in and there might be more culture shock, and you may be prone to just getting overwhelmed in your first few days in the place. So I think it's important to talk to people who have been there before and see what their experience was like. You can, if you don't know anybody personally who's been to that area, you can look at videos online, or you can read blogs from people about what they've been up to there and how, their experience traveling. I think it's also good to reach out to people at your school who have also studied abroad there in the past if it's a program that's been run for a while. That way you can know exactly from your school's lens what the travel there is like. But I definitely think that helps also being more open-minded when you get to the place you're visiting, being more open-minded and being able to learn more about the place and learn more about the people, just because you're more comfortable with the country you're visiting and you've learned about it beforehand. This really helped for me going to Ghana. In the weeks before in our class, we learned a lot about the culture and history of Ghana and famous leaders from there. And so going there, it wasn't as hard getting acclimated because we had learned all about all of that stuff beforehand. And we also, our professors that took us on the trip, one of them had actually been to Ghana before, for a number of times actually, and had studied there herself, so she was able to give her input on the experiences she had. We also heard from a lot of guest speakers who had either grown up there or visited, and they were able to tell us about the country and the people and the places we were actually going to, which was cool. But yeah, I think doing your research ahead of time can really prepare you mentally and just make you actually more excited to go, because you will be seeing other people's experiences. While you are traveling, I think it is really important to connect with the local people there, because there's only so much you can really learn about a country as a tourist. A lot of the times the amount of knowledge you gain about the culture and the traditions and things like that, you can really only pick up from meeting people that have lived there or have been there many times before. What I really loved about the program we did in Ghana was that we traveled alongside students from a university there, the KNUST in Kumasi. So we were actually staying in hotels with them, we were visiting places with them, and we were taking bus rides with them. So they just stayed with us the entire time, and we traveled with them. And I think a really great benefit of this was that we got to hear their stories and their perspective, and just it really helped us learn more about the areas that we were visiting. We went to 3 cities, Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast, and they were able to give us a lot of background, and we also got to share a lot of laughs and great memories together. It just made my experience traveling there so much better, and it was a family. We all, still have a group chat and we still talk to each other, but I think that it's really cool to make those connections with people local to the area. If you're going for a semester, this is also really important because it's a long time to be there, and it's good to have people you're comfortable with there just so that your experience is better for the amount of time you're there. My biggest piece of advice, if you're going to be traveling in college or traveling in general anywhere, it doesn't have to be study abroad, is just to be super open-minded about the place that you're visiting, be excited about the experience you're gonna have, be flexible because things always come up on trips, and you just have to be willing to go with the flow and, still be happy with the experience you're getting. Because all in all, you are only going for a short period of time. Even a semester isn't that much. And, you just want to be able to soak it all in and really appreciate the experience you're getting and the opportunity you're having. Because you may never travel there again. It's just, in reality, things come up, and after college, it's harder to travel. And so you want to make the most of the time that you have there in that country. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that things, get sorted out soon and get safer. I think we're all in the same boat with hoping for that, but especially so that people who want to study abroad can study abroad, because that is an opportunity that is just so beneficial. I know I've said that like a million times, but if you did like this video, or if you studied abroad, or if you want to study abroad, just give it a thumbs up. It would really help out my channel. If you're hoping to study abroad somewhere, or you have studied abroad somewhere, comment down below the area that you're interested in traveling to or did travel to, and because I would love to hear that. I love to hear about other people's study abroad experiences. I think it's just so cool. But like I said, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in a future video because it's going to be another requested one, so maybe it'll be yours. I don't know. You better stay tuned to see. Bye.